Hello, hello. We are live with another episode of Terra Nullius. It's the very second episode of Terra Nullius. How are you guys doing? I've so been looking forward to this.
So good.
I'm very excited.
So stoked.
So we will have Jordan later, but for now, it's just us three. And yeah, so it looks like everybody's on roll 20. Good. So we pick up, I think, basically where we left off. So after we have this, long rest, you guys just kind of stay over the night in this abandoned tower. Well, now abandoned tower because you killed its only occupant.
Don't remind me.
And yeah, I think we get the intro credits and the song and all that stuff, and then we fade back in on the morning on your second day in the new world. And
did we take watches?
I'm assuming you guys did. I'm assuming you guys took kind of like the normal situation. Well, let's actually decide that, I guess, right now, real quick, what the normal watch situation is. So everybody can watch for 2 hours without, while still like having, getting the effects of a long rest. And I think that, yeah, that includes the entire 8 hours then. So everybody would watch for 2 hours during that 8 hours. What's the order of that?
Well, actually, real quick, what was the in-character reason for Jordan being late?
He's going to be upset by the ogre thing as well. And so I think what I'm going to say is he is the person who's going to have the last watch. And so he's just gone when you guys wake up in the morning.
I was actually at one. The reason I was asking because I was kind of hoping for the last watch because of things I mentioned to you earlier. Maybe I woke up and I found him gone and I was like, well, I guess it's my turn.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So he has the second to last watch. Yeah. He just kind of ditch you guys because he's upset.
Or I wake up to him running out of the.
Yeah, and he just shoves you awake and then just runs off. It's your turn.
I was not even saying that. I was thinking I wake up to him running down the stairs and I'm like,
right.
Oh, I guess it's my turn now.
Yeah. For sure. So who has first watch?
It would not be me because I was unconscious.
Yeah,
That's true.
I would actually say, yeah, it was probably me, since I was the only one who actually fought the ogre. And by the way, during my watch, I'm fuming at Toity for the fact that he literally did nothing.
Perfect.
Two of our people are unconscious, and he just stood there and did nothing while I shot this ogre and killed it.
We're going to have a fun conversation in the morning.
So,
yeah.
I'm literally just why is he here? He's not protecting them. Why do I have to babysit this boyish man?
You can say man-child. I'm fine with that.
This man-child. Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely loving the kind of awkwardness of that first going to bed part of this long rest, right? Where Toity just kind of curls up and just goes into his bedroll and goes to sleep, and Ara, you're just sitting there just staring at him as he's sleeping, just I hate you. What is your problem?
What she doesn't know is that I'm tossing and turning for a little while, trying to get to sleep.
Right. Well, because you're yeah, I imagine you probably have a conflict about the fact that we just killed something. I have no problem with it. I'm kill or be killed.
Right. I mean, your alignment is literally neutral, so yeah. Or
mine's neutral too, but I feel like I would have problems with it still.
Isn't yours neutral good though?
Yeah.
Right. Mine is literally just
hers is true neutral.
Oh, okay.
Neutral. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Raya, how do you feel about this? You're chaotic neutral.
I feel totally fine about it, except I haven't had time to think about it because I haven't been conscious. I don't know what happened. I was just trying to save Darius, and everything went black.
Yeah. Right, and so that's super hilarious. I imagine that Ra takes the first watch, and then Raya wakes up from her unconsciousness, and then Ari's it's your watch, and just goes to bed, and Raya's just wait, what's happening? I don't understand. That's great. It's really funny.
Don't worry, stuff happened. We're good now.
I look over and see the dead half ogre, and I'm oh.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so there's a dead half ogre just kind of sitting in the center of the room. Real quick, I guess I didn't really describe the half ogre, but like he is, so again, he's half ogre, but he's not half human because humans don't live here. And so like, whereas maybe you're used to like some sort of like half giant like creatures where in the old world, this half ogre is has like kind of like clammy red skin, and
Orc. I mean, obviously we wouldn't know that, but
yeah. Yeah, I think I'm trying to think of what. I mean, you could make a roll if you wanted to, someone to like kind of guess at what.
I mean,
this
well,
thing
we have
is.
never seen orcs at this point, correct?
So orcs are
we wouldn't
one of the
even know.
things that do exist in the old world very prevalently. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, orcs and goblins are the things that like do exist in the old world and you guys are familiar with. Those are the vermin and monsters of your guys' world. I think most other things.
I don't know. I don't care enough to check to see what kind of creature it is.
But yeah, so it's like it's some sort of half giantish sort of thing. But yeah, his red skin, this kind of like deep black hair where it does have hair, and yeah, it's a little odd looking. But yeah, I mean we get the long rest. We don't need to go through all the minutiae of that. And y'all kind of like wake up in the morning to Darius being gone. Yeah.
Can I kind of introduce what they find me doing?
Yeah. Because you're up. Yep.
So they find me kind of like rummaging through and searching, throughout the, because you said there's like shelves and everything like that. So,
say what?
You said there were like shelves and counters, like it's a living area. There were like things and
Yeah,
books and maybe.
It's not. No, it's definitely not stuff like that. I mean, this tower is ruined. And anything like that would have been like destroyed long ago. Basically the stuff in here now, there is this like really worn like stone table that's like sitting there. Right here on the map. And some general like.
Can you pull the map to? Can you set the map?
Oh,
to
is it not there? Right. Sorry.
Yeah, we just see the basic.
Yeah, I forgot I pulled you guys away from that. Let's see. Boom. Right. So you have this big old stone table here. That's probably like one of the only remnants from the old building, and then all this like other stuff is basically like brought here by the ogre. So you have like some firewood and stuff. In the corner here. There's I think there's like a brazier like over here. Where like and there's like a little crack in the stone like kind of wall that like filters out the smoke, he kind of just like set up shop here, and all the stuff except for like the stone table is basically his odds and ends that he's gathered from things.
So pretty much I don't find anything that I could find anything about this person.
No, yeah, so he doesn't have any like books or anything like that. Yeah, there's nothing really. I mean, you can make an investigation check if you want to see what you can find.
That's what I was kind of aiming towards.
Do it.
Investigation. I have a 1 to investigate.
Nothing immediately presents itself, but yeah, you might be able to find something.
18.
Well, there you go. Yeah, so I think I mean, again, most of it is just like odds and ends and like not anything that would really give you much clue as to what this person, who this person / monster was, or whether or not they were a person or a monster. I mean, you have this like half-eaten animal carcass on the big stone table. You have some, again, odds and ends like food and maybe gathered berries and nuts and stuff. I think you do find, however, maybe like a small. So there's like a big old sack over here in the corner, and I think you find a small stone tablet that does seem to have some sort of writing on it. But you obviously can't read it because, no one knows these languages.
So then they're going to find me, they're going to wake up to find me sitting there looking at this stone tablet.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I kind of wake up and I immediately go over to Raya, check on her, because I just want to make sure that she's okay. I know that she's been unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
So
I kind of glare at her thinking like, I'm the one who stabilized her.
I kind of wake up as I hear Ari come over to me and look up at her and ask what happened.
I will tell you in 1 minute.
Gotta go get your pizza.
Look at my pizza real quick.
Do it.
1 second.
Okay, so I guess real quick in the meantime, I guess just to kind of fill in this space. Here, let me ask you one of the questions, Raya, that I have kind of set aside here. So I mean, we see you wake up and we see you like look at Ari and ask this question, and then we get a little bit of insight. You know, if this is a TV show, right? We get like a small little flashback or flash of inspiration about Raya. Raya, what led you to the Goddess Saloon?
Well, I had reached Spain and I knew I was going to be staying with Lord Navarro, and I knew that I was going to be staying in his grounds. So during the day I was really guarded, but at night I would kind of sneak out and wander around the city. So just over the course of a few nights, I saw a little building that was always lit up at night, and I just decided to kind of check it out. I didn't really know what it was, but it just seemed interesting. I don't know. So I went up to it and went inside, and it was just a bunch of different humans and halflings, any race. It wasn't any certain
whoever would have been in Spain. Yeah.
Right. And they were all just praying and meditating, and there was no roof to the building, which I thought was very strange. And it was to let all the moonlight in. And so I was asking them what they were doing, and they explained to me that they followed the goddess Selune. And I started learning about her from there, and how she kind of took in wanderers and had many different sides to her personality, which I liked.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Awesome.
All right, I'm back. So I go over to Raya and I
take
explain
25
to her,
XP, by the way. Raya.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I go up to her and I just explain that, you know, we encountered this monster and who Darius went up and, I don't know, kind of provoked it. And so he knocked you two out. So I shot him with a couple arrows and there he is now. Oh, and Toity did literally nothing. He's like dead weight.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
He was gonna let you two die.
That's wonderful.
I'm just gonna let out an audible huff. Like, if it wasn't for, I'm blanking. If it wasn't for Darius, we may not have had anybody get hurt at all.
He had weapons for a reason. I'm just saying. So.
And we didn't.
Cody, the reason we're here is we're killing monsters, taking gold.
Who's
and that's
to
our
say
mission.
that this was a monster? I'm gonna just kind of hold up this stone tablet and just like show that like this. I mean, I would kind of guess that this is some sort of writing, right?
Oh yeah, no, it's very obviously some sort of writing. It's just not one you're familiar with. Yeah.
I'm just gonna hold it up and it's like, this was something from an intelligent being, not a monster.
I just kind of shrug and I say, he tried to kill Darius and Raya, and Lord Navarro hired me to protect Raya. So I was just doing my job.
We attacked first.
I didn't. Darius did, and I was just defending them.
Darius is part of we.
I don't run by we. I run by myself. So it doesn't matter to me.
Needless to say,
But Toity, it doesn't matter who started first. You were going to let your friends die. You stood by and did nothing.
I could not bring myself to kill.
Were you not hired for the same job to protect Raya, his most trusted priestess?
I'm just going to sigh and get quiet.
See? I'm right. I have no reason to suspect him, so I'm just like, see? So do your job. Protect her.
I just ask that next time we try a more diplomatic approach.
Okay, well then we'll let you go in the front of the line and you can try.
Gladly.
Cody, if you have more issues with this, if you have issues with your job that you're here for, then you are free to go back to the ship. But I would love it if you could stay with us. But if you feel like you can't do your job anymore, you can go back.
I mean, yeah, to be honest, right, like, Toity is the only person who actually wasn't hired for this, right? Like,
that's why I'm trying.
just,
that's why I'm laughing.
yeah.
Well, I know.
so
I'm just
funny.
trying to not tell his secret.
Right. Right, of course. I'm not saying that you would say that a lot, but yeah, it's definitely interesting, the dynamics here.
I'm just going to sigh and take the tablet, look at it, and just kind of pocket. Is this a big enough tablet?
Oh yeah, no,
for me
it's
to
like
pocket?
this big.
Okay, I'm gonna pocket the tablet.
Just stow it away in your backpack, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
I am determined to figure out who this person was, who this creature was.
Okay, so that's an interesting thing. So I do think it will be very interesting to like have some sort of like personal. We already kind of talked about having like mission kind of goals being part of the XP stuff. So let's go ahead. Maybe I'll write that down in my doc here, and like I'll have this as like a personal quest of Toity's. So if you can indeed find out, so you're exactly right. It was find out who this creature was.
Well, at least figure out what the tablet said to figure out something about him.
Yeah, or what the tablet said. Yeah, sure. And I will give you an amount of XP based on like how difficult we thought it was if you actually do complete it. So, yeah, that's definitely a thing. Cool. Yeah, so you guys do have the rest of the tower to explore. There's still a couple levels above you that you haven't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, haven't gone to yet.
Oh, by the way, I check on my baby my baby
Little buck.
Oh yeah.
He's
just curled up sleeping in your backpack.
They're done. Okay, cool. Yeah, I check on him. I feed him and
right. Like so you
I'm all
horse.
I'm all horse towards Toity and
yeah. You're like, oh, it's okay. Yeah. He kind of like yawns and like takes the whatever little scrap of meat or whatever you give him.
I largely roll my eyes at what's happening.
All right. I want to go to the next floor up.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
See what's up there.
Oh
yeah.
You guys don't know where.
Where's Darius?
Oh, Darius.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I woke up to him running out of the tower. I don't quite know where he went.
And like Ari, you like know that he does this sometimes, right? This is a thing that he's done. He kind of just goes off to be by himself. So.
I'm like, he'll be fine. We just need to stay put. He'll come back in a couple hours.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Nah, he does this all the time. He's fine.
You know him best.
He's probably just beating himself up because he wasn't able to fulfill his duties.
All right, cool. So the tower is still dark. So what are you guys using for light when you kind of go up to explore?
I've been using one of my torches. Is there a way to make my character on Roll20 like have the torch on him?
Have the torch on them? Yeah, I mean if you want to, I can just set your character to have light coming off of you. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
So here we go. So 30 and 60.
Yeah, Raya's been getting me torches.
Yeah.
Well, we got a whole bunch of them, didn't we, recently?
Yeah, you have a whole bunch of torches, and Raya can also cast light, as well. So.
Is that a cantrip?
I think so, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is a cantrip.
Okay. Can you
so I'll
cast
delete
it
these.
so that way we can get? So that way I can see. I don't have dark vision.
I mean, so Toity just pulled out a torch, basically.
I was about to say, the torch is going to be better than the light.
It actually is better than the light cantrip.
I'm not
so.
actually spinning like that. I was just enjoying myself.
Oh, I didn't even see. Yeah,
All right, cool.
So now Toity has light on him. So yeah, I mean, you guys want to go upstairs and see what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's
so
raise it.
you guys travel upstairs, and again, it kind of like winds up. And the first floor that you find is basically just kind of devoid of anything special or interesting.
Isn't this? Wait, you mean the second floor? Because I think isn't this the first floor?
No. So the first floor is technically the where you came in, and it was basically just kind of like destroyed, right? And it just goes. There's stairs that went up to this place where the ogre lived. And I don't have a map for the second or the third floor, I guess. The third floor, I guess, of this because there's nothing really important on it. But like one thing you do notice as you kind of like look around the just kind of ruined level of the tower is that here, let me pull something up. Is that you see lots of like here, let me double check this. Yeah, so you see that, I mean, before there was like a lot of like plants growing in through the cracks of the tower right on the second floor where the ogre was. And you saw like a couple of like not necessarily rats, because I mean I don't personally know what the small vermin fauna of South America was like before like the Spaniards came. But like you see, I mean, there's all sorts of like little animals like lizards and stuff, right? That kind of scurry around. But when you get up to this third floor, all the plants that have kind of seem to crawl in through the cracks in the tower, they're all dead and withered. And so there's just like a bunch of brown like vegetative debris on this floor. And you also see a couple of like small like lizards and other like small like vermin animals that are just like kind of dead on the ground. You also see like a couple of monkeys that like must have come in through like this old window that was since been broken off, and they're just like dead on the ground.
Is there like openings in the stone so we have like light in there that we don't?
Yeah, it's pretty dark. I mean, it's just morning, right? But yeah, there's a little bit of light coming in through the small holes that do exist in the tower. But when you get to the next floor, there definitely won't be any light up there, naturally. Okay. So. Yeah, I mean, you guys just go up another floor because there's nothing. I mean, you guys can make an investigation check if you want to in here.
Yeah, I want to make an investigation check on why all these things are dead.
Understandable.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. I got a 16.
Yes, Toity got a 16. So, yeah, I mean, it doesn't. So you check out the animals. Like there's no obvious. Well, actually. So, I mean, I guess I can't. What I was about to say, you wouldn't actually get from that roll, but the stuff that you kind of gather from the investigation roll, I guess, is that like I mean, it doesn't look like these animals were necessarily like attacked, right? Like there's no obvious, and you could find out more about this from a medicine check, but like it doesn't seem to you like there are any obvious like wound marks on them, right? Like they weren't like stabbed or burned or anything like that. They just are dead for some reason.
So I know that they're dead, but not through anything like.
As far as you can tell, yeah, there's no like actual like cause of death that you can tell.
Okay, so I'm gonna look at them like, I'm gonna look to the two girls and say, I think we should be careful. Something.
I'll make a medicine check then.
Yeah, I want to do that.
I was gonna say something seems to be afoot in here.
Well, a 7 isn't necessarily gonna get you much. Oh, by the way, Raya, go ahead and take inspiration for your revelation of your past as well. We can charge that up if you want to. Yeah. So, yeah, you really can't tell more than Toity did. You don't see any. Again, it looks like there's no discernible cause of death.
Oh, and also making a note for marching order going upstairs. I am in the back this morning.
And I'm probably in the front after.
Yeah, sure. That makes sense.
I made sure Toity's in the front, like he said, and I stand behind him.
Mm-hmm. Perfect place to stab him in the back if you need to.
If I need to. All right, I want to go up another level.
Okay, yeah. So you guys clamber up.
I'm walking a bit carefully now, making sure not to get near any of the dead creatures.
Mm-hmm. So you climb up the stairs, and you enter a dark, ominous-looking chamber. And you guys are over here now. Here you go. And you see before you, it looks like some sort of ancient, like, shrine, or, I don't know, temple, something. It's maybe part, there's some aspects of it that kind of look a little bit like a laboratory almost. But again, it's very long ruined. There's just scattered debris everywhere. Lots of dead plant matter, again, like that's kind of poked in through the ceiling a little bit. But yeah, like that little dead animals everywhere on the floor. And you see before you see this large like pool of water just in the center. It's like a fountain almost, but not really a fountain because it's just like a circular like basin with water in it.
Are we free to move around?
Yeah, go ahead. Yep.
Okay. I go up to the fountain.
There's a blue thing in there.
There's
yeah,
an object in there.
So as soon as you get right there, I'm gonna ask you to make. Talking... Yeah, I mean you two, because you guys walked up to it.
Once we're inside, like, so once we get to here, or once we get to where we were.
Once you get to where you were standing, right there.
Right here.
Because you're like, yep.
Okay.
Let's see. You make a. I need to look this up. What is the save here?
Oh no.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Jeez.
Wisdom save.
DC 15.
How do I do a wisdom save? I just click wisdom.
There should be right. Let's see.
It's under saving throws.
Yeah, there should be like just a thing there that says saving throws.
Look
Yeah.
like you do skills.
Yeah. So you passed it, Toity.
Oh, I am not doing well.
Okay, so you definitely did not pass. So let's see what happens here.
Looks like I did need to cast. I won't need to have had to have cast detect magic because I'm pretty sure at this point I can guess.
Yeah. Here, let me. So you drop whatever you were holding, and you become frightened for whatever the duration of this is. Let me. 1 minute. So when you are frightened, you must take the dash action and move away from the orb there by the safest available route on each of your turns until there's nowhere else to move. So you just run. You just book it.
Like downstairs or just in the room?
Yeah, that right, like downstairs. Yeah, you get out of here immediately. You just run.
How many elves are like, Ari, where are you going?
And that's the thing, right? Like Toity, I mean, you both feel this like overwhelming like back of your neck sort of primal fear, like hair on the back of your neck stands up, sort of like primal fear. Looking on this like dark like bluish orb that's just like sitting in the center of this, like it's on a pedestal in the center of this like basin of water.
Wait, did Raya roll a check or did she get?
I didn't get close enough.
Okay, you didn't get close enough. Okay, so.
Also, Ari, so Buck screams out in pain.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So I run downstairs, and I'm frightened for another minute, so like I can't do anything at this.
Right, you just run as fast as you can. So you just like run away.
Okay.
But I think you can make a save on your. Yeah, you can make a save. Oh, if the creature ends its turn in a location where it doesn't have line of sight, of the object, the creature, you can make another wisdom save throw. So go ahead and make that saving throw once you like run down the stairs, basically. Yeah. Not quite. Yeah. So it's 15. So you still just keep running. So basically, we're gonna say like you run down one level each time. So let's see. You are on the ogre level now.
So I'm
go ahead and roll it again. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
So you run down to level 1. Go ahead and roll it again.
She's gonna find Darius.
And if you fail again, you're just gonna run out into the you run out into the jungle. So you're just gone for a little while. You don't have your faculties with you.
I'm really hoping that I'm getting bad throws now, so that way they're all good.
Uh-huh.
I hope it's not the opposite for me. I'm gonna say as she's been running around, I'm gonna start walking around to the other side, kind of like circling, keeping the orb in sight, but kind of watch to the other side. Oh, that doesn't look bad at all. Oh no. I'm gonna turn to Raya and say, Raya, come here, but don't get close to the orb.
Yeah, so you have what? I mean, what have you been doing, Raya? You just saw them get up to this thing and then run.
I've just been watching. After yesterday, I've realized that I should probably be a little more cautious with my actions. That maybe I'm not cut out for this as I thought I was.
Okay.
So I'm like, I think I'm just gonna stay over here, Toity, unless there's anything you need.
Can I roll an investigation check on this table?
You can roll an investigation check.
What check would that be? Would that be investigation or what?
Sorry, what are you doing?
I'm looking at this table currently that has implements on it, and I want to roll to see if I can figure out what it is.
Yeah, go ahead and roll investigation.
Oh, booyah! I'm rolling well.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get wrecked later today.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. So I mean, it looks like they're implements and tools that you have never seen before. Like you have absolutely no clue what these would be used for. It's just like something that kind of looks like a spoon, but not really. It's like too big. And then there's like something that like looks kind of like a pot, like a clay pot, but like it has like these weird like wings like made of clay that are like kind of stuck out from it, and you like it's filled with some sort of like viscous liquid, and you just don't know, like it's just a bunch of random crap that you have no idea what it does.
Can I make like either a history or religion check?
You're
or
gonna
something?
have to
Do you wanna go over there?
Come by the orb.
Can I make it like on the orb to see if I've ever like seen anything?
Yeah, if you just
else?
want to, if you're looking at the orb, just make a perception check because you don't have the ability to like investigate it, right? Because you're not up, you're not close to it. But you can just make a perception check to see. Oh,
it's an orb.
Wow. Yeah, it's just an orb. Mm-hmm.
I don't really get why everybody
no
is
idea.
freaking out about it.
But you were asking about like a history or a religion check too. Yeah, so you don't notice anything like visually weird about it except for the fact that it's just weird, right? Like there's nothing that stands out to you at least. But yeah, you can make a history or religion check or something to see if you know anything about something like this. History check. Okay, I mean, it doesn't look like any sort of standard magic item that you've seen. I mean, no magic item is standard, right? But like, there are certain standards, I guess, right, for certain magic items. Like there are orbs that do a certain thing, and they all kind of like follow this certain logic of like this is what an orb like this would do, or like like wands or do a specific thing. This kind of looks like one of those like kind of normal orbs that would maybe be used to like, I don't know, control elementals or something like that, but like it also has this weirdness about it that makes you think that it's probably not that thing. I mean, obviously this is a different continent entirely, and so like who knows what this is, or what crafted it. But it doesn't follow any like discernible patterns that you can notice that would give you any clue as to what it does.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to Toity, but I'm gonna like skirt the edge.
You can skirt the edge, yeah. As long as you don't get within 2 squares of the basin, then you can.
Yeah.
As she gets close, I'm gonna kind of look at her, kind of nod my head towards the table, like, say, "What in the blazes did we just kill?" It's like, I have a feeling someone's going to be very mad at us.
So I'm outside in the jungle now, correct?
Yeah, and so like it wears off, right? And you're just like running. You were just running through the jungle basically, like blindly. And then you get a hold of yourself. What do you do?
Yeah, so I kind of run through the jungle for like a couple minutes, I guess, and
well, it's just been a minute.
So after a minute, I try to just pause, take a deep breath, and just think, what just happened? Why did I just run away? I just abandoned Raya, who, who we're protecting. And I just gave Toity like a hard time for not doing his job.
Yeah, and this is the thing, right? Like you have never felt that sort of primal fear before. It is like the base, the most base of emotions and like sensations, right? Like it's just down in the depths of your bones. You felt this like horrible fear that you could not shake, and you just.
Would I have understood what happened just like with my knowledge of magic?
You want to make an Arcana check?
Or orbs? My knowledge of orbs. Let's see.
Well, I got my major was on orbs. My thesis.
Oh my gosh. Am I the only one that could roll?
Nope.
I did a good history check because I know about orbs, but I don't know about special orbs.
Yeah, you don't. You can't tell. It's a magic thing that did a magic thing. You're like, who knows? It could be anything.
After I kind of calm down, like I'll take another like 2 or 3 minutes to kind of like calm down and just like kind of collect myself again. I take Buck out of my hood and kind of check on him.
He's unconscious.
He's unconscious. Okay.
Oh, well, he might be dead. You don't know. Like, make a medicine check.
Okay.
Like he's not moving.
He's not moving. Please don't kill my baby predator. Oh crap! What the heck?
I think 11 is enough, right? Like, you can tell that he's not dead. He's just unconscious. So whatever happened in there, like, just really, just like, it did something painful to him, and he just was out. You should probably keep him away from that orb.
Yeah. So now I'm conflicted because I'm like, okay, I need to go back in there, to make sure that Raya's okay. Like, what if she,
I mean, you guys kind of like camped out in the ogre level, right? You can just like set him down.
So I kind of like wander back into the ogre level.
Yeah, and so as you like as you walk up the tower again, like everything around you, though you've already seen all of this, it suddenly takes on like a completely new context. Like everything, like all the shadows seem like they're about to like jump out at you. You always see faces like in every dark corner, and you can't. As soon as you look at it, like it disappears, right? Like, it's just creeping you out.
Okay. So I've kind of have like this new fear of the jungle a little bit. So I kind of walk faster to the tower now, go back to the ogre's lair and just kind of, I just sit there. I just sit there holding Buck in my arms, trying to get him to wake up. And
could we hear her? Come to the floor below us.
You can make a perception check.
That's more like it. I am just
you're absorbed with this room,
with everything I just see. We just found this 2 floors above someone we just killed. I'm worried in my own ways. I do not hear her. Oh yeah, she's 2 floors down. I never would have heard her. That's right.
Can I look at this like book? Does it look like it has a discernible written language?
Talking about this over here, or the book on the table?
No, like on the table.
Yeah. So,
Was there a book too?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't notice it at first on the table, but yeah, it's. I mean, I just grabbed this map, but I'm going with whatever is on the map. It's fine. Yeah, like it is a. Let's see. What did you get on your investigation check for this, Tweety?
I haven't rolled an investigation check.
Well, I was assessing Tweety. Yeah, you got a 15,
I rolled a 15
on it. Yeah.
Could I pull out the stone tablet and kind of compare them and see if they look similar?
Yeah, absolutely. Make a. Just make another investigation check. Yeah.
Hopefully it's good. Nope. Well, actually,
wow.
10.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna get the 3 again.
We're the worst explorers ever.
Yeah, you guys are pretty bad.
Level 1.
Yeah, so
well, it's a 10.
You can't tell. You can't tell if they are the same language or not. They don't. I mean, you really can't tell whether or not someone different wrote them. The same person wrote them. Yeah, you have no way of.
But it's not a language any of it.
Yeah, and again, so this is a book. And you're surprised at first, like how it like is so well preserved. But as you look around, it looks like, so normally, right, like in a jungle environment, things break down pretty easily because of the humidity. When you look around the room, Raya, I think you get a sense, this is very similar to your homeland, Egypt, right? Like there's this dryness to the room that you know, like the ancient tiefling pharaohs, right? Like they were wrapped up in chambers like these, and it's with the dryness and the way the desert works, like they were preserved really well. And you think that this is what this chamber kind of did for all the stuff in it. It's definitely starting to like break down because there's starting to be cracks in the ceiling and stuff. But like the book is well preserved enough that you can still read it. Like you can still, it's actually like legible. I mean, you can't actually read it because you don't know the language, but yeah.
I'd like to take the book.
Yeah, absolutely. You just stick it in your backpack.
Excellent.
Yeah, so what do y'all do?
I'm still just sitting there, waiting for them to come back down.
I'm gonna turn to her like.
But I'm like, I'm not going back up there again.
At this point, I'll be like, can we see more stairs? Are there more stairs that go up?
Yeah, so there are stairs that go up again. Yeah, if you want to. Sorry, there's not really on this map. So the way I think this map is basically like closed off. Where if you go like in this door, basically, right? Like there's another. It goes out to the little hallway and then up some stairs.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm gonna turn to Raya and say, I have a feeling we may have made a mistake last night. Seeing all this here, we should probably go find Ari, make sure she's okay.
Okay.
Stay clear of the orb.
Yes, you just skirt around it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just keeping my eye on it. Do I notice anything like suspicious about it, or like?
You can make a check of some sort if you want to. You haven't made anything yet.
Would that be Arcana or?
It really depends on like your approach, right? Like if you wanted to, I mean, you know something. I mean, you're a bard. You know maybe something about magic, or you've at least heard stories, right? Like.
Well, I have some magic, so
yeah.
I'd say probably
Arcana?
try and make an Arcana check.
It's not the worst ever. I mean, you probably don't get much more than Raya, right? Like, you don't have any sort of like training in the arcane necessarily, like any formal training at least. And so, and again, this is like something that even if you did have formal training, maybe you wouldn't even be able to make sense of because.
I'm gonna look around. Do I find any sort of cloth or whatnot in this room?
What do you mean by that?
I'm gonna look around the room real quick and see if I can find any form of like cloth, like not like just any form of like cloth or like.
Do you want to like try to drape it over the orb?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you find basically like in this corner right over here, you find like a bunch of like discarded like. They're not exactly robes, but like kind of like some vestments of some religion. You made some ancient religion, maybe.
Are they thick or thin?
Rather thin.
Rather thin. Okay, I'm gonna layer a few on top of each other, and then I'm gonna kind of. So it's just like one sheet, but pretty thick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna turn to Ari and say, actually, how deep does that water look?
Maybe 3 feet.
I think that's too tall for me. Wait, how tall am I?
I don't know.
I don't know actually off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure I can't. I'm pretty sure I'm shorter than. So is the orb sitting like on a pedestal?
Yeah, it's on a pedestal. Yeah.
Average halfling average size is 3 feet tall. Can I swim?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that you can.
Okay, so I'm going to go up to it and say, I'm going to turn to Raya. Names keep messing up Ari and Raya. I'm going to turn to her and say, if something's to happen to me,
Cody, are you about to do something stupid?
I'm not quite sure, to be honest.
I start moving away. I don't want to be here when this happens.
Do you have? Wait, actually, could do me a favor? Actually, no. If she throws something at the orb, it might make it fall. So, I'm just gonna turn and say, look, that orb is dangerous, or possibly useful. Either way, I don't think we can be going through here much with that thing here. So, I figured maybe we could just take it?
I don't know if that logic really actually works.
Well, my thought is my thought is mainly I want to try and cover it, but if I could take it, I mean,
You can certainly try. Yeah.
I'm not sure if I want to take it, but I at least want to cover it.
Do you want me to try and shoot it instead?
If you shoot it, it might fall in, and we might not be able to retrieve it. Because I imagine it looks like a glass orb or something like that.
Yeah.
Probably not gonna
It's
float.
very, yeah. It almost looks like translucent. It's like has this blueness about it, right? But it's definitely like clear, pretty clear on the inside.
Okay. I don't want to break it possibly. Cause
Yeah, it has this like surreal fragility about it.
I feel if we break it, worse things might happen. No need to release the magic that's held inside.
So why don't we just leave it alone?
Thank you. The
Well,
voice of reason.
Hey, I understand, but if we leave it alone, we might not get through here at all. Because
Well, I'm already from one side of the room to the other and back completely safely, and I'm ready to go
That's-
back
that's
downstairs
true.
and find Ari.
and then again, I'm gonna see that and then look at it and think again like I can't reach that anyway. Just realize that. So, like, fine. These cloaks, how big are they?
They're. I mean, they're long enough to like encompass a normal 5 to 6 foot tall person. But yeah, very thin.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of take it. Actually, because I don't really have a cloak, so I'm just gonna kind of take it and cut off the bottom part and slide it over me.
Okay, yeah. So it's like it's like this weird like kind of religious vestment almost, and so yeah, like it just kind of like it's a little baggy on you, and like just kind of.
That's why I cut off the bottom so it can fit me better.
And yeah, it has like it doesn't really have like sleeves really. It just kind of like it's like a little vest that's kind of like goes down as a robe almost.
Oh wait,
So-
it doesn't have a head. Does it have a head thing though?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the main thing I was wondering. Okay, I turn to say, okay, let's go. Let's go. Find
So now,
Ari.
yeah, Raya, you get this like weird image of Toity in like this weird religious garment, and yeah, it just looks a little ridiculous.
Trying to blend in.
You're
Blending
doing a
in with the
great job
natives.
of blending.
Assuming halflings are even native here. So we go down the stairs.
Yeah, there's a race of cannibalistic halfling tribes. In the jungle.
They're
That wear
cannibalistic.
hooded vests.
Yeah, and it just happens to like exactly wear those those garments.
You fit in. You fit in.
So I'm downstairs, just sitting kind of in the corner, holding Buck in my arms, just kind of like sitting there like in a daze.
Yeah, and it's pretty dark
About-
in this room. Like that you haven't.
Right, and I don't
you
have
just-
dark vision, so I'm just kind of like
You're just like laying in the dark with your
like wallowing in my
Yeah.
Would she have a torch? How would she get down the stairs? She didn't have a torch.
I mean, it was just primal like fear, and like she probably stumbled over. She probably doesn't even like remember how she got down the stairs, right? Like,
Okay, I'm good with that.
So they're,
Yeah,
they're
so you
both
guys do
coming
it downstairs?
now.
Sorry,
Okay,
I popped some
yeah.
M&Ms in my mouth.
As Raya and Toity kind of come down, I kind of look at them, kind of like with really pathetic eyes in my eyes. I'm like, I know I look so pathetic right now, and I just kind of hold out Buck and I say, Raya, please, will you do something?
I'm gonna I'm gonna turn to her and say, so as Raya walks towards her, I'm gonna say, so what was that about not abandoning our fellow teammates?
I just shake my head
Wow.
and just
harsh.
I just shake my head. I don't answer.
I'm gonna sigh like I'm only joking. That thing there, it's some sort of, well, I'm not quite sure, but I don't quite like it.
Ari, are you wanting me to use one of my very few spells?
I was wondering.
I mean, don't you have a cantrip?
I
that-
can do spare the dying cantrip to make
Oh,
sure
okay.
he's like stable, but I'm not gonna use a spell to try and
Yeah,
heal him.
as long as you do that, I think everything will be fine.
I don't
Okay,
think there are
here we go.
any cantrips that are healing spells.
No, but
Yeah,
that
none
stabilizes
that-
him.
Give you actual hit points, yeah.
That would be ridiculously powerful.
I think in some games there's like some versions of D&D there's like a cantrip or whatever that's like 1 hit point or something like that, right? So
Spam it over and over again.
cure minor wounds or something, yeah.
Okay, so she uses that on
Buck, and he's stabilized, but there's no way I'm using one of my spells.
I was just gonna tell you to use a medicine check.
Oh, I mean,
yeah, you can do that too, right? You can check him over.
Yeah, I'll do that. We'll see how that goes.
Oh, jeez.
My gosh.
I mean, you have never studied the physiology of a pteranodon before, so
He's alive.
Yeah, he's alive. He's breathing.
I mean, like, I put my ear next to his. Does he have like a beak? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And
I can tell that there's breaths coming out, and I'm like,
I mean, his little chest is rising and falling.
yeah.
So.
Aww. And I thank you for using whatever it is that you use, because I don't understand magic. And I just hold him back, and I just say, let's get out of here right now. Whatever that thing was is not normal. Let's go, please.
Lead the way.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, you should stay like in the general vicinity of this place so that Darius.
Right,
can't
I just
again.
freaked out. I don't want to be in this tower anymore.
Aren't there more ruins like around the tower? Because we haven't explored those.
I'm kind of annoyed. I'm like, nah, things were just getting interesting. Like, now we're leaving. We finally found some things that make me concerned and whatnot. But I'm at the same time, I'm like, it's probably not bad to leave, especially since I have 8 hit points. As we're leaving, I'm gonna kind of explain to Ari all the things that we found up there. And you said it was viscous liquid in one of those pots?
I can hear him, but I'm not listening as he's explaining.
I show her the book that I took.
I just kind of nod and say, great.
Great, guys. I don't care about the creepy tower anymore. I want to forget
over it. Let's just move on. Let's explore the surrounding area. Hopefully Darius will show up soon so we can get the heck out of here.
Hey, real quick, Caleb. You said the liquid in one of those pots was viscous?
Yeah.
I wish I had more first level spell slots. I wanted to know if it was magical, but I don't have any container for it anyway. Okay.
So at this point, I know that, it says I was frightened for 1 minute, but
You're fine now, yeah.
I'm now that we're starting to leave the tower, I'm starting to kind of regain my composure. And I just say, let's just stay around here until Darius comes back. I know he'll be back. I don't doubt that, but God, if he doesn't, I'm going to kill him.
Well, if he doesn't come back, you can't quite kill him, can you?
Something else to do that for me, I guess.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so I just rolled for a random encounter, and
excellent.
You guys got a random encounter.
Darius!
So, I mean, let's go ahead and do. Let's take a quick 5-minute break, get some water, do that stuff, and then come back, and we'll see whatever this is, and I'll find out. I don't know.
That worries me.
Oh, great.
All right, stick around. We got more Terra Nullius right after this.